You're watching the 38th season of Football Friday. Live from WTOK, it's Football Friday with Patrick Talbot and Eve Hernandez. Football Friday begins now.
Welcome to week 6 of Football Friday. We are officially halfway through our season, and it's been great to get out and see all of the schools and teams in action so far. We've got scores and highlights from 8 different matchups tonight.
Yeah, that's right, Eve. Our crews were spread out across our viewing area, north in Mississippi. Story of the game is homecoming, so let's get straight to it. Demopolis hosting Knights of Montgomery Catholic. First quarter, Knights with the ball. Kalen McCreary takes the snap, runs it to his right, stretches for the end zone, dives for the pylon. He's in for the touchdown. Montgomery up 4-0. Next drive for the Knights, Giovanni Hayard takes the handoff, bulldozes his way into the end zone. Knights up 21-0 in this week's game of the week. Tigers just couldn't get any momentum going on the offensive side of the ball in the first half. But check out this nice play on the defense. McCreary rolling out to his left. He's towards the end zone, but it was picked off by Jamarian Bennett. Montgomery Catholic would go into half up 21-0. And like I said, in this week's just game of the week, nothing able to get going on the offensive side of the ball for the Demopolis Tigers tonight. Final from Demopolis, Tigers fall to Montgomery Catholic 42-0.
And here in Lauderdale County, Russell Christian hosting the Tabernacle Torches for homecoming. In the second quarter here, the Warriors, Aiden Burns on the quarterback keeper. He bursts through the middle. He is finally chased down after picking up the first down. Cheerleaders loving it. A few plays later, Burns hands the ball off to Holton Alexander. That is going to be good for about another 5 yards. And on the very next play, Burns goes right back to Alexander. He is in for the first touchdown of the night. It was a slow start for Russell Christian, but they end up getting the win at 25-6.
Meanwhile, just up the road, Lamar hosting Copiah Academy Colonels tonight. The first quarter, and the Raiders will strike first as Jaden Jones gets the carry in with this burst of speed. He breaks through the middle, slips a tackle, and slips casually into the end zone. PAT is good. Lamar up 7-0 early from that point on. Kind of a defensive battle between the Colonels and the Raiders. The Raiders defense held strong, stopping the Colonels from gaining too much momentum on the ground. And in the end, it was Lamar who grinds out the victory, a tough victory, 14-7.
And traveling to the southern part of the county now for another homecoming celebration. Southeast Tigers taking on the Enterprise Bulldogs. This game was all Bulldogs though. Quarterback Jace Gunn handed the ball off to Rich Jackson. Jackson ran the ball in, taking the score to 12-0 early on. The Bulldogs were not done there though, as Gunn hands the ball off to Jacarius Pickens. Pickens breaks free. He runs the ball in for another 6 points. Pickens was not done there though. He had a day today on the Bulldogs' next drive. Jace Gunn, he has time. He's going to air that ball out to Pickens once again. He makes an incredible catch, stumbling over the goal line. Enterprise would go on to win this one 39-6.
And the Clarkdale Bulldogs kicking off district play tonight against the Lake Hornets. This game could be described as defensive. First play of the game here, though. We have quarterback Luke Williams. He hands the ball off to LaDonya Adams, who breaks through the line of scrimmage. Gains about 5 before being taken down. Now we move ahead a few drives. Lake with the ball. QB Griffin Bowles dropping the snap before recovering and getting sacked by the Bulldogs defense. Moving on, Bowles now looking for a deep pass, but it's picked off by Cade Culpepper. Nice interception there. First quarter ends with neither team scoring. Clarkdale goes on to win this one 13-6. And Eve, it's just, hard to believe that we are already halfway through the college or high school football season, I don't like that because it means, football season's almost over. We've got, division play starting. You were out in Decatur. Kind of tell me about that matchup tonight. What was that like?
Yeah, it was great. It was senior night out in Newton County today, so it was a great atmosphere out there. All of the football players and their families, as well as the cheer and dance team, they all got to line up before the game started. And I remember, when I was a cheerleader my senior year for that senior night, it was just awesome being out there. This is a memory that these families are going to have forever. For sure. So it was incredible. Let's get to these highlights now to tonight's tailgate game. Cougars hosting Northeast Trojans, as I just mentioned. Here's a little bit of what I was talking about before, but Cougars get the ball first. CJ Towner, the quarterback, fakes the handoff and airs it out for Keelan Johnson. Hits the sideline. He will end up out of bounds, though, at about the 2-yard line. Next play here. Handoff to Kamari Brown. He is in easily for the first touchdown of the night. 7-0 Cougars. Northeast trying to respond. Jace Jemison gets that ball to Willie Hill on a 4th down play. He is just a little bit short, so the Cougars will take over on downs. A few plays later, handoff to Kamari Brown once again trying to flip the field. That run is good for about 30 yards. That's going to set Newton County up pretty nicely. Towner, he's looking for the end zone here, and what a play by Trojans. Demetrius Matthews. That interception does end in the first quarter, so we are going to switch end zones now. Northeast still looking to make something happen, but that ball is immediately punched out. It's recovered by the Cougars. Bishop Tillman with the recovery there, and they march right back down the field. Hand up to Kamari Brown again. He is in for his 2nd touchdown of the night. The Cougars get the win on senior night, 35-0.
Meanwhile, staying in Decatur for some 8-man football, a matchup and a homecoming game. Newton County Academy Generals at home against Deer Creek Warriors. We'll take you about halfway through the second quarter where the Generals were leading Deer Creek. Warriors offense struggling though. Nice defense for the Generals. Generals would take advantage this next possession, a 30-yard run by Hunter Scarborough that would put Newton County Academy inside the 30-yard line. Quarterback Ty Thrash, he's going to drop back on this play, on this 3rd down play, escape the pressure up the middle, tucks it and runs it for the 1st down. That'll set up this goal line fade from quarterback Ty Thrash to receiver Jackson Bunyard, increasing the Generals' lead to 14. Generals would lead 21-6 going into halftime and continue their dominance on both sides of the ball in front of a homecoming crowd, winning 42-14 over the Deer Creek Warriors.
It is homecoming season at Harpole Stadium as well. The Philadelphia Tornadoes take on J.Z. George Jaguars out of Carroll County. First drive for the Tornadoes, Chris Rush stretches across the goal line to give Philly an early 6-0 lead after missing the PAT. The Jaguars are going to look to punt the ball here on this possession. But they would immediately get the ball back, courtesy of this fumble right here by Nehemiah Williams to give J.Z. George another shot. But all of that seemed to do was poke the bear because Philly would run up the scoreboard. Let's jump to the second. Fake handoff tricks every man on the defense. D. Burnside waltzes into the end zone with ease. 28-0 lead now. The Tornadoes take the homecoming dub 54-12.
And still to come on Football Friday, we'll have a look at this week's college football slate, and we're going to hand out some helmet stickers. Stay with us. We're back after this.